Good to have you all here, day 2 of this workshop. I'm really excited for what we have here today to cover together. We're going to talk about your identity. We're going to talk about client attraction and how it is who you are that attracts the right aligned clients that are ready to work with you in your coaching business. This is so important. I can't really highlight enough how important this aspect is. And so we are going to pick it up exactly from where we left off yesterday. And yesterday we talked about the creative process, the essence of what life really is, the essence of who you truly are, and how everything in life is created to and through you. We talked about the subconscious program that your human instrument is operating on, and how that setting of that program must match what you desire to create and experience in your life. Otherwise, it's never going to happen because that program has almost absolute control. You could say really absolute control of all of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. And we said that it's really your personality. You were not born with a personality. You were born with some genetic conditioning, but for the most part, most of the programming process is from the environment that you were born and then brought up in. And so that means, though, that you can change. You can change your personality. You can upgrade your identity to match that version of yourself who is living the vision that you desire to create an experience in your life. We also talked about how that vision and that point in time, and we were focusing on the end of 2026 or this time next year, beginning of 2027, and where you want to be at that point in time in your coaching business and in your life. And we talked about how that point in time exists. And we said that just like another place in the physical space exists, whether you're right there or not right now, right? A certain place, a certain city, in a certain country in the world, whether you're there right now or not, or even if you've never been there before, you know and accept without a shadow of a doubt that it exists. And just in like manner, by the same exact principle, another point in time exists, whether you are now there physically experiencing it or not. And this is quite a big idea for us to grasp. But as we said yesterday, this is at this point a scientific fact that we have studied and observed and explained as humanity, as science, yes? And so knowing that and accepting that as true is a really good step forward in the direction of mastering this skill, what I call the skill of freedom. Freedom is your natural state, the freedom to feel, think, feel, and act and experience what you desire. And that experience is created through your internal state of being, which are your thoughts and your feelings, and then how you express that through your actions. We talked about desire, the desire that is the unexpressed possibility within seeking expression through your action. It is life seeking expression through you. And we talked about how the only two prerequisites for your desired vision and goal for your life, for your business or any other aspect, the only two prerequisites for that to manifest and for this transformation and manifestation to occur to and through you and for you and by you is that you desire it and that you make the decision. And we talked about how once you have a strong desire and you don't let past conditions and circumstances, current conditions and circumstances, and your own patterns that you observe and are aware that are holding you back, when you do not let that dim the fire of your desire and hold you back from making an irrevocable decision to commit to creating that vision and reaching that destination for your journey that you've set for yourself, or even to set that destination in the first place. Once you do not allow these things to dim your desire and hold you back from making that decision, everything is possible. And the tools and the support and the guidance is here from others that have gone before you. And we talked about how you don't need to know anything about how you're going to get there. You don't need to know the how. It doesn't need to make sense. It doesn't need to be realistic. On the contrary, in fact, if you set realistic goals, then you are basing what you are asking for, basing it on current reality, what has currently manifested. But what you desire, as we said yesterday, is not in this realm of what has already manifested, is not in this known and familiar. It is in the unknown. And we talked about how we are literally addicted to the fear, to the known, to the fear from going past the known and into the unknown. But that is, in fact, what is required of us, absolutely without exception. It is what is required of us in order to bring something new into our life that is desired, that is in the unknown. We are required to take leaps of faith. We are required to break through that addiction of fear and to the familiar and the known. Otherwise, all we're going to have is this realistic, already familiar and known reality that we've already created and are experiencing. So I want you to put in the chat just a yes, if this is already resonating, if you're with me here as I'm already starting to, this was just a little recap of some of the things we talked about yesterday. And I want to know if you're here and if this is resonating, and beautiful. And then I would love for you to put in a 1 in the chat if you've been here yesterday, and 2 if you haven't. Okay, just so we know, 1 if you were here yesterday, or if you've watched the recording, that's also good, right? So 1 if you were here and or watch the recording, and 2 if you haven't, just so we know who's here. And as you're bringing these into the chat, I will just finish my recap of yesterday. What we also talked about is frameworks and how important they are for you, for your own personal journey of evolution and growth, for you as a coach and as a business owner. We talked about why frameworks are so important. We gave example of frameworks, and we've given you a little exercise or so that you can practice and implement in order to think about what could be a framework for you in your coaching, and also a little exercise that can help you start to break through some patterns that may be holding you back and showing up over and over and over again. We talked about what are those patterns. We talked about the wall of separation. And so I see that most people here were yesterday with us or watched the recording, which is wonderful. And I see a couple that weren't. So that's okay. The recording is available for you. You have received it in your email inbox. So make sure that those emails from me are not hiding in your spam folder. And the replay is also available inside our Facebook group, which you definitely want to be in. So the team will drop the link to the Facebook group and my email address that you can search for if you're not aware that you are actually receiving emails from me. All right. I also want to say one more thing. If you are not yet connected to me or to someone on my team, we are here to support you personally. This is one of the core values in Master Your Path, is to give personal, dedicated support to everyone that wants to receive it from us. And we also make the effort of reaching out to you and offer it to you personally. And so you probably received a WhatsApp message, a Facebook message, an SMS, and definitely an email. We're trying in all ways possible to connect with you. The team will drop in the chat also the link to our WhatsApp. And if you're not yet connected with me or someone on my team on WhatsApp or in any other way, then please click that link, send us a message. The team can also drop a link to our Facebook page. If you prefer not to use WhatsApp, you can send us a Facebook DM. For those of you that are connected with me personally on Facebook, I can't message you. If you've messaged me, I can't reply. Facebook sometimes blocks very active profiles from doing certain actions on Facebook, unfortunately. And so since last night, my account is blocked from commenting and sending messages. So if you're connected with me directly and we've been chatting, just so you know, I can't reply. So please use one of those links, or send me an email, or send us a WhatsApp or a message to my page, and the team can let me know that you've reached out there and we can continue chatting, because I cannot use my Facebook account at the moment. All right. So All those links are here for you in the chat on Zoom. If you're watching this right now live inside the Facebook group, I want to invite you to join us on Zoom because that's where we interact. That's where I'm reading your comments. I can give you feedback. It is a live interactive workshop, and that's the beauty of it. And also, in order to encourage you to come live and be with us here and co-create this experience with us, we are drawing a winner, one from each day. So we will have a winner from yesterday, and then there will be one for today and one for tomorrow. We will announce all winners next week when we wrap up the workshop, because you know that everything will be still available for you until Monday, all the replays and everything. And then we will announce the winners. But in order to be included in the drawing to win a free personalized business analysis and plan, whether you're just starting out or you already have a business, it's really, really valuable. And it is done for you based on information that you share with us. In order to be a winner, you must be here live with us today on Zoom. So if you're here, just make sure that we are aware that you're here and that who you are. Okay, some people have like shortcut names on their Zoom and so on. Make sure that we know that you're here. You need to be here and you need to be in touch with us on WhatsApp. All right. So if you're not yet, then again, click the link to WhatsApp, send us a message, make sure that you have done this and that we know that you're here with us live on Zoom so we can include you for the drawing for day 2. All right. Okay. So then a sip of tea and moving on to day 2. So we are moving on from yesterday to today. And yesterday we talked about how it really doesn't matter what where you currently are in your life right now, right? If you have a 9-to-5 job, or if you have a lot of kids or a lot of responsibilities or not a lot of free time, all of these are valid and understandable, but are definitely not real obstacles for you to create the transformation and the shift that you want in your life and for you to start a business. So if you don't yet have a coaching business and you have that passion in yourself to help people, to share your gifts in this way, to work for yourself, to have your own business, to get paid to help people change their lives, which is the title of this workshop, then none of that is a true obstacle. And I'm not saying that, it's valid, right? Like I'm not belittling um, you know, your experience, but, doubt is a very dangerous thing, right? And to base our perception and our decisions on what is and what has been is the biggest error. And so because we are so programmed to look at evidence and look for evidence in order to believe, I love sharing stories. And yesterday I've shared my story of how after, 20 something years of a musical career, I decided, just like you, I felt that I have another gift, another passion, and I wanted to work with people in a setting like therapy. I didn't want to go and study therapy, but at the time I was less familiar with coaching, but I knew that I wanted to work like this with people. And that led me to really learn how to do that and bring all of the lessons and wisdom that I've gained over my own spiritual and transformational journey. And then, transition into business and into coaching. And that decision truly changed my life. And I want to share with you stories of others that have done that too, so you can see what is possible for you. And so I want to invite someone that is very, very dear to me and is here on the call today to join me for a few minutes. Katrina, I'm adding you here so everybody
Yeah.
can. Yes, here you are. Hi,
Hi.
my dear. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me to share my experiences. I just want to say
Yes.
my internet connection is a little bit unstable, so it freezes now and then. So just so you know.
Okay, we
Yeah.
will handle it. Thank you so much for coming, and it's so beautiful to see you again. And you are creating a similar shift in your life as I just described in the most beautiful and inspiring way. And I think it will be so beautiful and inspiring for others to hear that.
Mm.
I know there are people here in this workshop that are thinking about doing something like this, dreaming, having doubts, like you may have had just not too long ago. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your journey?
Yeah, I would like to, yes. Yeah, my name is Katrine, and I've been working in academia for 20 years. I'm a professor of sociology, and I've been teaching. I have a yoga teachers education. I've been working with dance and meditation. But I have until now thought that I was going to stay in academia, and well, I haven't made any final decision about that. But going through this Human Instrument Mastery certification program, I've discovered not only new skills, but also new passions. And it's sort of it seems very natural. And I think going through the program, I've really um, received a lot of help and support in exploring that side of my yeah, potentially new professional life. I have finalized the program, and I'm in the process of certifying. And as we speak of this evening today, in 40 minutes, I will have my first session with the two paying clients. I'm meeting a third one in a call tomorrow, and she might also join my first group. And I will guide them throughout the next half year through this program. And I'm so excited and I'm so happy for them and for me because I will have the chance to go over this, all this material, all these new ways of understanding life and living my life. I have discovered, yeah, the program sort of opens the door to so much clarity and healing and energy and opening of the heart at the same time as strengthening um, the resources to hold your own heart and the hearts of your clients or the people around you. Um, yeah, so I'm just very happy that I said yes in the first place. Um, and my experience of the program is that it sort of provides me with all what I need to feel safe in guiding other people. So all the basic ideas are very clearly explained. Shimrit, she's a very skilled communicator, and both in terms of explaining all these ideas, but also doing it in a very empathetic way, and then supporting us as potential future guides in trusting our own abilities and sort of getting rid of, or that's not the right word, but uh, moving beyond the doubt.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So,
Yeah.
and all the material is there. So, as I start today, I feel I have all what I need. And in this first 6 months program, I will probably follow the structure of the material from Shimrit and the videos and the practices, the exercises pretty closely. But then I know I have the freedom from after the first 6 months to give it my own flavor, to give it my own style and touch and personalize it in the way that Katrina is gonna guide it. So yeah, I'm just very excited and
Oh,
and,
me
and
too.
thankful.
Yes, thank you. And I'm really excited. I'm actually being getting emotional because we've launched this program not too long ago, after supporting for years many people through their own transformation. And just it's the vision, it's my vision, it's our vision to just see you bring in your clients and having your group and stepping into your leadership with this. And it's
Mm.
just so touching to witness that coming into life,
Yeah.
really. And thank you for sharing everything here. Maybe I can ask you two more things.
Yeah.
Since you've joined the certification program, but before that, you were with us and you still are
Yeah.
in the Rise Mastermind, which is a very similar process to the Human Instrument Mastery uh, 12 steps. It's just kind of like an extended version of it. Um, and so, actually, you've used these tools that you now are learning and already applying
Mm.
and
Mm.
taking others through them. You've used them and you've gone through this process yourself, which is actually what brought you to the place
Yeah.
where you made this decision a few months after.
Yeah.
And I would love for you to share a little bit about that because, well, first of all, maybe, people are not somehow found their way into this workshop, but are actually more looking for something for themselves.
Mm.
But also because really the certification program and the way it is, like the Human Instrument Mastery program, is designed to support the coach in their own transformation
Yeah.
before and while they're learning and applying it with clients, right? So you've done it kind of in a different
Mm.
order because you were with us from before in the Rise Mastermind, but maybe you can share a little bit about how
Mm.
these tools and this process has impacted you personally before stepping
Yeah.
into the coaching.
Yeah. It's just, mm, it's just one of the best decisions I ever made for myself. You know, as you call it, Shimrit, investing in myself, which may sound a little bit like it's just about money, but it's not. I mean, it's really investment in the very, very broad sense that giving myself the chance to become a much closer to the person that I deep down feel that I am. And it went from when I started, it went very fast that suddenly all doors opened within me, and that made sound scary, but it wasn't. It was so uplifting. And since then I've been working through, yeah, a lot of patterns, a lot of emotional healing, and I've met sort of aspects of me that I've never met before, both in the way that it's like wounds, that the tools that you provide heal in a very, very deep sense. And e and even more importantly, I've met the infinite resources that I feel I have. So it's like I have I haven't had energy like I have before. That I have energy that I've never had before. I have clarity. It's like I feel my inner compass is so much attuned to exactly what's right for me, and I immediately sense when something is off track. Um, and I got the tools to adjust. So it's just meant very completely a big shift in my life, and very starting with my relationship with myself and with my existence in the world. But it's also affecting all my relations and the people, new people coming into my life, who gives me so much new perspectives and relationships and love, and yeah. So, and yeah, in periods of this half year, more 7 years. No, 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 not 7 years, months or something that I've been in the RISE program. I've had periods where I'm just so thankful. I mean, I'm like crying in the morning, crying in the evening of gratefulness for what I've discovered, what has been given to me. So yeah, it's
Thank you
It's
so much for sharing that, Katrina. That fills my heart so much and really, confirms for me personally why I do what I do.
mm,
So thank you for that. And I remember our first conversations and how doubtful you were, and right, very like you've changed so much, in
yeah.
the way, in the energy that you exude and your level of faith and
Mm,
knowing within yourself. I can see it so clearly, and
mm,
it's so beautiful to
yeah.
witness.
And
Yes.
and relating this to the certification program, um, I don't find it difficult at all to sell this program and recruit clients because it's so obvious to me how, of course, it's going to be such a huge gift in their lives too. So
Mhm.
it's not hard to. I don't feel that I have to convince. I simply have to share what it's done to my life. So
Yeah.
which makes it easier, right? And just much more light and yeah, to guide if you're really a believer yourself or convinced. Yeah.
You know it. You're right there in that sweet spot,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful to see. And talking about selling, it leads me to the last question. I thought it would be, valuable to ask you here, which is the business aspect, right? Because
Mhm.
it's yeah, it's an aspect in and of itself
Yeah.
to then learn how to not only sell, but where to start. Some people
Mhm.
start from zero, like I have, like you are,
Mhm.
and or people that have been doing for a while, but things are not working or whatever it is. And so there is a whole aspect of the work that we get to do together that is
Yeah.
dedicated to that. And maybe you can share something about that so people can have an idea of what they
Yeah.
can expect.
Yeah, I'm a complete newcomer to business, working, having your own business and doing all the sales and marketing stuff. So it's yeah, I'm really a novice, and which of course means that I have to be very focused when I do it. I don't have any experience to draw on, but I think what you provide is a very really step by step, going into every small detail. And I mean, you have a script for the sales calls, for instance. So you can sort of memorize, okay, what's important here? And, prioritize and, just, what is a sales call and what's important here and how should you stay in focus and what's the whole idea, And I think all the material sort of guides me through every small step, also the technical stuff with Geo, who's technical support. So I think all the resources are available. And then it's just, getting started.
Yeah, exactly. We do everything we can, but we
No, no,
cannot
no.
roll
That's
your
your
sleeves.
own, yeah, job.
Exactly. And you are
Yeah.
doing that, and the results show. And it doesn't take much, right? It's a
Mhm.
strong desire and the decision, and
Yeah.
then you have the support, you have the step by step, you have the tools internally and externally, and it makes everything so much easier
Yeah.
when your desire is strong and you're committed to what you want to create.
Yeah, and this idea, I never heard it before, but this idea that selling is serving. And
Mm,
it's not an abstract idea to me because I'm convinced that I'm serving something very good
yeah,
with the program. So
yeah,
selling is about, inviting more people into a much deeper and more wholesome way of living their lives.
yeah. Mm. Amen. Katrina, thank you
Amen.
so much. I don't want to hold you here so much. You have too much. You have a very exciting meeting coming up. So
Yes.
enjoy it and tell us all about it afterwards. And thank you so much for coming and giving an inspiring example for everyone what is possible. And thank you for the work that you're doing.
And thank you too, Shivert. And enjoy the rest of your masterclass.
Yes. Thank you, love. See you soon.
Yeah, bye.
Bye bye. Wow, so inspiring, really, for me personally. Like I'm inspired, and that's the beauty, that's the beauty of this work, that it's a constant exchange and circulation of energy that you get to generate and share and co-create together with other people as a coach. I mean, you have this in other industries too, but I find that there is something very unique in this role and in this line of work, because when your clients step into their greatness, and when they embody the information and the wisdom and the tools that you share with them, and when they lean into the support and guidance that you offer them, and then they demonstrate and show, they create themselves, it is inspiring for you. Like I learn from my clients every day, because guess what? There is contrast in life always. Doesn't matter where you are on this ever evolving path of personal development and transformation and evolution. You're going to experience, as long as you're human, you're going to experience contrast. And that means that you're going to experience certain emotions that can be less pleasant or more challenging, as we call it. That's a human experience. So it's never about not feeling negative emotions. Never, ever. It's always about how long you're experiencing them. What do you do when that happens? How do you perceive it? What meaning you attach to it? And how do you deliberately move the energy? Because that's what emotions are. They are energy in motion. And your emotions are how you feel, gives you the indication of what is the frequency of vibrating on. And so you want to have the capacity to feel negative emotions, because that's how you have the full spectrum of your guidance system. That is a very important part of your human instrument, to tell you in which direction you're moving in any given moment. Remember, we said yesterday that it's either there's a law of polarity, there is a law of creation or disintegration. You're either moving in the direction of you that you want, or you're moving in the other direction. And so your emotional guidance system gives you a clear indication every moment in which direction you're moving. And you're going to experience contrast at any point. And so back to what I was saying, a conversation like this with Kathrine, for me personally, or other conversations that I have with clients, with my team, in our mastermind, in our certification program, in all these containers that I get to co-create with others as a coach and as a business owner, are all just such precious opportunities for me to be inspired and to learn and to grow. And I think it's a very, very unique aspect, let's say, of being a coach and being a business owner as well, or a leader. Um, so since you're here in this workshop that is called Get Paid to Change Lives, the Coaching Mastery Workshop, again, I'm making the assumption that you are in some level entertaining, or already are building a coaching business, so you can help others change their lives and be also paid for it. And so it is my intention that this conversation that we just had with Kathrine is inspiring for you, as it is inspiring for me personally. And if it is, and if you feel the calling or the curiosity to explore this opportunity of stepping into this container with us in the coaching certification program, and or in the Rise Mastermind for that matter, then I want to invite you to take that next step, always taking the next possible step, and scheduling a call. That is how you can explore any of these opportunities. There is no other way to explore them. So, I mean, you can learn more about them. And Gio, maybe we can share the links also to the pages. But as I mentioned yesterday, there are all kinds of ways and levels in which you can work with us, different levels of support, of commitment. And we also, I really want to connect with you. I want to make sure that I am serving and we are serving you in the way that is right for you. I want to make sure that you are entering a container that is right for you and that you are right for it. And so, in order to really explore that for yourself, then you will schedule a call. And that call is with me. I've opened my calendar for the next couple of weeks, including even, I think there are a couple of slots still for the weekend. And in order to encourage you to take a step forward and not to delay it as most people have the tendency to do, we also have bonuses for you for this workshop. So, of course, if you are a Rise member or were a Rise member, that you have extra bonuses that are always preserved for you. But if you're here with us in the workshop, regardless, even if it's your first time with us ever, if you join the certification program or Rise by Monday, you will have 15% of any of the different paths that you can take with us there. And you will have another super valuable bonus, which is to join the inner circle with me, which is a container where we really deep dive into certain spiritual practices and studies together. And you study and practice what I study and practice in there. So those are the bonuses. So now I want us to move forward into talking about client attraction. And actually, the conversation that we just had with Katrina is a perfect kind of, link to that, because as Katrina just shared, here she is, she has two paying clients, and a third one coming, and she feels that it's just the most natural thing for her to attract those clients and then to extend the invitation to work with her and to do what we call sell, which is really to serve. And she's so aligned with that, and it happens so effortlessly because of her alignment with the service she's offering and the identity she's embodying, that is a matched to that kind of service and to those aligned clients that are coming in. And that's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about today. So then let me share my screen and let's go straight into that. So here we are with day 2 of this workshop, aligned client attraction. So you really want to call in the people who are truly ready for your work, right? Just like Katrina said, it's not about convincing, it's not about pushing, it's not about chasing, it's about alignment. So true attraction is about creating such clear alignment between who you are, what you offer, and who you serve, that the right connections happen effortlessly. So who you are, what you offer, and who you serve. When you operate from this place of authentic alignment, your ideal clients don't just find you, they recognize themselves in your work and feel naturally drawn to engage with you. And that's the magic. So we are talking about embodied attraction. You attract by who you are. And it transcends the traditional marketing of, demographics and keywords and SEO and all of those things. We are talking about a profound energetic field that you cultivate through your authentic journey. We talked about this yesterday, that you must go first, right? Your authentic journey and continuous evolution, which we also talked about yesterday, right? So you have to go first and you must continue going and growing. That's what makes you a really good coach. So this is about more than what you say or what you do. It's about who you are becoming. becoming in present tense, in ongoing present tense. Yes? And how that resonance naturally draws in those who are ready for your unique guidance. So the magnetic pull that calls them in stems from an inner alignment within yourself, where your values and your experiences and your expression radiate outwardly and signaling your aligned clients that you hold the wisdom that they seek. Because as we said already yesterday, everything is energy, right? Einstein said that. And everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. So everything that you do strategically in your business or that you can do is important. Don't get me wrong, very important, right? If we only have fuel and we don't have a vehicle to fill the fuel in, we really can't go anywhere, right? So in order to create physical results, we must take physical action. And so the strategy and the action are important, but what is always more important is the frequency, is the inner alignment, is the energetic field. So we're talking about a powerful and subtle force that makes your presence irresistible to those that are on a similar path as you've been on, but maybe a few steps behind. So now you can guide them. Yes? So clients are drawn to your growth, never to your perfection. If you're waiting to have your website perfect, your logo perfect, your situation in life perfect, all your ducks in a row perfect, your schedule perfect, you're going to wait forever. It's never about perfection. And by the way, since I mentioned a website, on a side note, because this is not part of what we're here, but we're going to touch on these things tomorrow more, the business foundations. But I just want to say, website, investing a lot of time and money in website is one of the most common mistakes that business owners make, coaches and others. Some businesses, the website might be a very important piece, definitely not in the industry and type of business that we're talking about here as a coach. Your website is the least important thing. Okay, so don't wait until you have a website to take any further action, and don't invest in that, please. Okay, because that's not what's gonna, a website is not a business. Okay. So you attract people who resonate with the path that you've already walked, as we said. And when you stay committed to your own evolution, that keeps your field magnetic. So, I've invested until now probably over 200,000 euros in coaching and mentorship for myself and my business through myself, right? And I didn't start with investing this lump sum, right? My first investment was $10,000, $10,000. And that was in a program that helped me launch a coaching business online. No mindset, no certification, no tools, just the foundations. What we teach in the business club, in fact, in the Fast Track Foundation only, is what I've learned in that first program. And I remember that it was crazy for me and my parents who needed to borrow me the money because I didn't have $10,000 when I just started out. They thought I was crazy. This was pre-COVID. Online programs and all of that was not as common and like normal to everyone as it is right now, right? Nobody was using Zoom and all of those things that COVID brought to the common person. And my parents thought I was crazy, crazy. They were willing to help because I'm blessed with amazing parents that don't question my decisions and are always supportive of me. But while they were wiring me the money, they were also sending me on WhatsApp screenshots of scam alerts and all kinds of things to try to talk me out of this. But I was committed. And it was one of the most important and best decisions that I've ever made. And since then, I continued investing, whether it was from my own mentorship with great, great mentors. I've had the honor of working directly one-on-one with Regan Helier, with Neil Donald Walsh. I was trained directly by Bob Proctor, by Robert Moss, Dr. Joe Dispenza. I've done all kinds of certifications and business incubators and whatnot. And some of them were amazing, some of them were not as amazing, but all of those decisions always moved me forward. And I am a real great believer in mentorship and in coaching. And if you want to be a good coach, then you must believe in it as well and embody that belief and continue in investing in your own growth and evolution. So let's continue here. So, as we already said, and we're going to go deeper into that, attraction begins with identity, with who you are and who you are becoming. So, it's never your words, it's who you are being. And you attract clients that are at the level that matches the identity that you've embodied. So, upgrading your identity is what opens the field for aligned attraction. So let's talk a little bit about what is identity. I really want to dedicate some time to it because it's one of the most important elements of the process of your own transformation and evolution and of your clients, of course. So you must understand that you are a multidimensional being. Yourself, when you say myself, pay attention even to just that word, myself. You say my hand, my phone, my name, myself. It is not who you are. You have a self. Okay? Just like you have a name and you have a hand and a body and a phone, you have a self. It's not who you truly are. Who you truly are is a spiritual, almighty being. You are an individuation of source energy. And who you are as a human being is that expressed in your human instrument, as I call it, which is yourself, your mind and body, including your personality, your identity. But that can change, just like you can change your body, right? We see that all the time on Instagram, people who post a picture of themselves being a little chubby and after a few months they look completely different because they went to the gym and they went on through this physical transformation, which is amazing, right? So they changed their body. It's possible, and people do that even in their 70s. So just like you can change your body, or you can change your name for that matter, or you can definitely change your phone or anything else physical in your life, you can also change yourself. You can change your identity. It doesn't mean that you have to change every aspect of your identity or personality. Some is beautiful and serving you and others, but those aspects that are holding you back, that are not matching the version of yourself who is living the goal, the vision, the desire manifested, those can be changed. And it starts with really understanding that you are greater than yourself, that yourself is multidimensional, or that you are a multidimensional being. So what does that mean? You exist across multiple versions and timelines. Remember, we said yesterday and also today that just like a place in physical space exists whether you're there or not, a point in time exists whether you're there or not. And again, it's a big idea for us to grasp because we don't see time and we are programmed to experience time as linear. There's just one line. There is the past, there is the now, present, and there's going to be the future, and it's all on this line. We can look back, we can look ahead, but that's not what time is, and we know it. This is science, this is Einstein, it's been around for some decades now. It's time to live up to date, so to speak, right? We are beyond linear time, we are beyond Newtonic physics, which means that every point in time exists whether you're there or not, which means that there are versions of yourself, past, present, future, that coexist. You are just experiencing in physical the one that you are tuned to. These are frequencies. So each identity that you embody opens a different field of opportunity and clients because it lives on a different octave, on a different frequency, on a different timeline, where there is a different physical reality that you now just don't perceive with your physical senses because they are not tuned to it. But mastering the skill and mastering the instrument allows you to do that. It's a skill. And when we tie this into attracting clients, your aligned clients are already seeking the version of you that lives at a higher frequency. And I really want you to accept this idea that there are people in the world that are waiting for you to step into your light, to open that gate, to embody that identity so they can find you. And tomorrow we're going to do a meditation that is going to take us into that idea and experience it in a meditative state. We're going to do that tomorrow here, okay? Let's understand this a little bit further to really understand dimensions a little bit, because these are really big ideas and I want to help you understand them in a simple way. So you see this dot here? This dot has 0 dimensions. When this dot becomes a line, it has 1 dimension. So the length of the line added a quality to the dot, the quality of length, that gave it a dimension. Type in a 1 if you're with me on this. If you got this so far, type in a chat a 1, please. I'll repeat it meanwhile. So the quality of length, when it was added to the dot, it made it a line and it gave it 1 dimension. Type in a 1 if this is landing so far. Beautiful. So now if we look at the square has length and width, right? Length and width. So when we add to the line another quality of width, it becomes a square and it receives another dimension. Now the square has 2 dimensions, length and width. Type in a 2 in the chat if you're getting this now. Okay, beautiful. Now let's go to the cube. So the square with the quality of length and height, when you add another quality to it, depth, you add another dimension to it. Now it has 3 dimensions, length, width, and depth. Type in a 3 if you're getting this. This is pretty basic, right? Primary school stuff. All right. So now let's stay with this. I'm going to take this pen and my phone to try to explain what we already now established in a slightly different way. So imagine the tip of my pen here being this dot. You don't know that it's a pen. You just see this dot. All right? And now if I turn this, now I added length to the dot. So now it becomes a line that has 1 dimension. So this was a line all along. I just only saw this cross section of the line. So I was only seeing a dot. When I see this, I realize, oh, it has a dimension. It's a line. Type in a yes in the chat if you're with me now. This dot, so to speak, is a cross section of a line. Only 1 person got this? Imagine you don't know this has a length to it and all you see is this. But now you realize that, oh, that was just a different angle of the same thing. It has length too. Now I see it. All right. Now imagine that you don't know that this is a phone. Okay. Let's imagine that you don't know that this is a phone. And imagine that now we are replacing the pen with the side of my phone. Okay, so this is our line. You don't know it's a phone. Imagine. Okay, so the dot was, let's say, this corner of my phone. You didn't know that there's a whole phone or even a whole side of the phone. You just saw a dot, right? Then you realize it's a cross section of a line. Now you realize that it's a cross section of a rectangle instead of a square in this case. So now it has two dimensions, length and height. You didn't know that before. At first, you only saw a dot. Then you realize it's a cross section of a line, and then you realize that it's a cross section of a rectangle. Type in I don't know, a wow, if you're with me still. Type in a wow or a yes. Wow, beautiful. That's really pretty mind-blowing anyway. We're not there yet, but it's going to be mind-blowing. All right, so now imagine that you still don't know that this is a phone that is actually a three-dimensional object, but now you realize that it is. Now you realize that this is just a cross-section of, well, it's not exactly a cube, but something that has depth to it. It's not two-dimensional. It's not just a drawing, right? It's an object with three dimensions. There is depth to it. So what was once a dot was just a cross-section of a line, which was just a cross-section of a rectangle, which was just a cross-section of a phone, a three-dimensional object. Are you with me still? So now, if we come back to the screen here and we continue on this same sequence by the same principle, we get to this. And now you see that this cube, when you add another quality to it, the quality of change, it receives a fourth dimension, and that is time. Time is the fourth dimension. The first dimension is length, the second dimension is height, the third dimension is width, and the fourth dimension is time, because all changes happen over time. If I freeze this video, then time is not moving here, right? We freeze it, and so all I'm seeing is this cube in a cross section. But since time never ceases, changes always happens, and so everything that we see in the physical world, including ourself as we perceive ourselves to be, is but a cross section of a multi-dimensional, ever moving, ever changing self, phone, world, anything. That is a fact. Are you with me still? Put in the chat the word time, or let's make it 4D. Put in the chat 4D if this is making sense to you. 4D. So when we talk about 3D, 4D, 5D, this is what we're talking about. 4D, the fourth dimension is time. The fifth dimension is beyond time, is the quantum field. Now you can, with your instrument, with your human instrument, you can then access other versions of yourself and embody an identity of yourself, even if you cannot yet see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it. Just like you can imagine being somewhere, even if you're not there right now, and that imagination can even impact you physically and emotionally, right? Like that's what happens when you watch a movie, in fact. When you watch a movie, you're watching a reality that you're not experiencing physically, but you can get very emotional. You can be aroused physically. You can feel fear. Your heart can beat. You can cry. You can laugh. You can tap into a memory of your future or imagine a certain place that you've been once, and you can get all emotional and feel physical sensations. So just in like manner, you can tap into another point in time that you've never been to, like January 2027 having a coaching business and earning 10K a month, which is the example we kept giving yesterday from your chat, and some of you who share that that's what you want, you can tap into that identity and embody it before you have the 10K in your bank account, before you have the coaching business. And that's how you do it. And that's how you close the gap. In order to close a physical gap between a 9 to 5 or whatever it is that you're currently experiencing in your life, closing that physical gap between that and 10K in a coaching business, you have to first close the identity gap, the energetic gap, the internal gap. So it is your subconscious program that holds you to the identity of what you know. And when you upgrade your identity, that it requires you, by definition, to step into the version of you that already exists in a higher timeline, a higher frequency, a higher octave. And you can do that. It's a skill. And this is how you collapse the gap between who you've been and who your aligned clients are ready for. And this is where it links back to attracting the right people to your business and to your service. Now, there are 3 keys for aligned client attraction. One is who you serve. You want to be very clear on who are the specific people that you are here to guide and support on their journey. Specific, not as in George and Dina, but as in what do they want? What keeps them up at night? What do they love? What do they fear? What are their dreams? And then key number 2, why do they resonate with you? The deeper connection that makes them feel seen and understood by you. That goes back to your journey, because you once had the dreams that they now have. You once had the fears that they are now going through. You have gone through the challenges and the obstacles that now they need to go through. And you've gone the other side and you can guide them through it. And then, of course, your invitation for them to do so. The transformational space that you're creating for their growth and transformation. When these 3 elements form the foundation of magnetic attraction, when they are crystal clear and authentically aligned, then your message becomes a beacon that naturally draws in those who are ready for your unique gifts. So here are some steps that you're going to take to really integrate this information, because information alone is not going to create any transformation for you. Only when you integrate the information is when transformation is going to happen. And that's why we really, really encourage you to connect with us so we can help you integrate it, and why we give you some direction in how to integrate it. So step 1 is that you're going to really clarify for yourself, who is your aligned client? What do they want? So ask yourself, what are their current challenges? What is the problem that they are facing? What keeps them up at night? What weighs on their heart? And what is the desired transformation? What do they long for? What would their life look like when this challenge was resolved? And then you're going to crystallize it into a definition, into a description. For example, woman in midlife that transitions, who feels stuck in their career and long for a sense of purpose. This is just an example how you can crystallize it into a statement that clarifies it for you and for them. The more specific you can be about their current reality and their desired future, the more powerfully they will recognize themselves in your message. It's about speaking directly to their heart. And then step 2 is to define the resonance point, why they will choose you. So, what is the shared path, as we said? What part of your journey gives you insight into their experience? What experiences have you lived that create authentic connection and trust? What do people consistently say, you can ask yourself, that they receive from you? Maybe it's your peers, your children, friends, or clients already that you have. These natural gifts are often invisible to you, but deeply felt by others. So you can even ask people. And then what are your unique skills and gifts? What makes you the right guide for that aligned client to take their next step? Your specific combination of skills, wisdom, and approach is what makes you unique, the unique guide for them. And this resonance point is where authentic connection happens. It's not about being everything to everyone. It's about being exactly the right person for those you're meant to serve. And when you attract those people and you work with them, it's magic. It's magic. And that's how Katrina found her way to our world and how I felt now talking to her. That's how some of the coaches on my team, like Carmen, who really wants to say something, probably. And maybe we will do that in a moment, Carmen, so people can really get to know more of us. So the coaches on my team are people that were once aligned clients. So it's really magical when you call in the right people, and it's all from within, always. And then step 3 is to create the aligned container, the space that you invite them into. So we talked about frameworks, right? That gives the structure. So you want to think about what would be then the format and the length and the purpose of the space that you're offering. Clear structure creates clarity and confidence for transformation. We talked about that yesterday. And then you want to think about why this container is exactly what they need at this stage of their journey. And you want to really tap in and define for yourself what is the atmosphere in that container that you're creating. How will they feel inside it? For example, supported and grounded and seen and activated and empowered. What is the emotional landscape of their growth in that container? It's more than a service or a program. It's a sacred space for transformation. And when you can clearly articulate the experience and atmosphere that you create, people can feel it's right for them before they even step in. So when you're clear on these 3 elements, your message become magnetic. You are naturally recognized by those who are ready, to step into to accept your invitation and step into your container. And this is the foundation of sustainable and soul aligned business. And I want to actually, Carmen, you were waving so beautifully. Maybe you can come on and actually share a little bit, as you once were attracted to this container.
Yes,
And since then, so much has happened in so many beautiful ways. So I think it's a
for
beautiful
sure.
opportunity for others to, yeah. So this is Carmen, and she works very, very closely with me and coaching many of our clients. And it's been a beautiful journey of more than 2 years now, I think, right?
Yeah, it's almost 3 years since I saw
Almost.
the ad coming into my world and I clicked, okay, I'm gonna attend one of these workshops.
Yes.
Yeah, but I really felt the difference. I think within just weeks. Uh, so it was even if you could say that it's things keep on happening. It's not like I needed to wait 2 years for things to happen. It was very, very fast that I felt, just like Katrina said, actually, like an empowerment of me suddenly having
control in the good way, an opportunity to guide my life instead of I was when I met you in a place in my life where I was stuck in many ways. I had a chronic illness and that took me all out over the top. So I couldn't work anymore. So I was also poor. And most of all, I was giving up on all the dreams that I have because, as you know, Shimrit, I have a lot. I have a lot I want to share with the world. So I was not done sharing things with the world. And I mean, getting that capability back to be able to work again, to serve the world with my gifts, to feel that whatever happened in my past, in my childhood, with my disease, anything, no matter how old it was or how many years I had that disease, I was able to change it. I mean, yeah, I can't speak about this without crying because I mean, I feel that I got my life back and
Yeah.
I almost gave up on it. And when I looked at you, I mean, I love you, Shimrit. And when I looked at you first time, you were a little too pretty and a little too fast and a little too things that I didn't like. So I was also skeptical. Like I was like, oh my God, am I gonna be guided by that woman? No, I thought I was going more in the, I don't know what direction, something more. I don't know what I thought. So I was kind of skeptical.
And that's what's amazing. Sorry that I'm interrupting you when we talk about aligned client attraction, that it's really not anything like there was some strong resonance there that made you click the ad even
Yeah,
though you clicked a million ads before, and come to the
yeah,
workshop even though you knew you're not going to come and buy anything,
yeah.
and continue listening to me even though I'm so pretty.
Yes. I
Thank
was
you.
just, my plan was just to come to the workshop and steal everything that I could, and then I would do it on my own. That was my plan. And I'm very strong-minded. So I'm very glad that my strong mind didn't confuse me and convince me to do this by myself.
Yeah.
Because reprogramming old limiting survival beliefs, it's not something you do by yourself on a Tuesday afternoon
Mhm.
because your system will just keep on telling you not to do it. It will keep on finding ways. Now, this is too scary. I actually have bills to pay. Or, no, I can't do this because something. Or, it hurts here and therefore, And I mean, if the whole world was educated in this, maybe we could do it. But the whole world is not educated in this. Most of the world and most of the people you meet will confirm your limiting beliefs.
And it's really good that you brought this word educated, because another point I wanted to make here in this conversation is that you came into this work already being very educated, in fact, in this,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
With psychology and with being a coach and with doing therapy and all of the things. And still, so maybe you can touch on that because I think many can resonate with that, because
Yes.
information is out there and now
Yes.
more than ever before. And people have
Yeah.
done a million things already and still.
Yes. And I had this survival mindset that I'm gonna survive. So I started very early going to therapy, taking educations within body work and women's groups. And I studied psychology at university and I took a coaching education. And I also had some clients and I guided big groups, 200 people, guiding them into personal development. And when it came to the main problems in my own life, like why am I ill? Why don't I get the success that I truly want? It was a lot of hard work and not so much money. Why am I still afraid of a lot of things? even though on the outside, of course, I wasn't afraid. I wasn't going around like this. But I mean, if I put up a big festival and I was going to guide people, I couldn't sleep at night. I was lying awake. I was worried. I was worried about the money. How will it go around? Even when it went good, how will it go next time? I don't know. I didn't feel secure because I was not supported by the greater me and the bigger vision and the greater good in the world. I was only supporting my work with my hard work and some new educations in strategy or something like that. And for me, it of course led to some experiences that I'm happy to have now, but it did not lead to the peace and harmony and joy and fulfillment that I feel today.
Yeah.
And of course, learning these tools, it's, I mean, I guided a lot of people through their journey before meeting you. And it's not like I couldn't help them, of course, in one way or the other. Listening to a person who have a big heart and is compassionate is a good thing. But being able, like I do today, to guide my clients to real transformation, long-lasting real transformation. I have I have never seen anything like this before, actually. Working in this way with the structure around it and the continuity and the heart and the brains behind it. I'm still every day when I sit with my clients, I'm like, oh my God, what a gold mine we are sitting on here. And just spreading it to whoever is committed and interested in receiving. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so
I
much.
just want to say, oh, hallelujah, because that's how I feel.
Yes.
Yes,
Hallelujah. And I'm so grateful that you came and that we connected and that you took that leap of faith and really the rest is history, as we say. And now 3 years after, we
yeah,
are working together and serving together and growing together. And of course, with the rest of our amazing team, Giovanna and Ira and Chizomeji and Daniel. And Vanessa, and it is such a blessing
mm,
to do this work together.
it is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this is Carmen, a little glimpse of the magic that
Mm,
that is master your path. Thank you, love.
mm,
And as we are wrapping up for today, I want to say a few things for you everyone, so you can make the most out of this opportunity and experience. So first of all, the replay is available. Make sure to do the integration work. Okay, we are going to share with you the link to this slide deck that we went through today in the email that we're sending to you later tonight. So make sure that you are receiving those emails. Make sure you are connected with us, and then make sure that you're coming tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do a meditation that will take this work of aligned client attraction to another level that is not only mental but also energetic and embodied. And we're going to then also talk about the business foundations because we were really, really focusing on the inner structures and tapping into the frameworks and the attraction. But we also want to talk about systems, and we also want to talk about the steps, the foundations that you want to have in your business so you can get to those 10K months and you can sustain them and you can really help more and more people and earn more and more money by doing that. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. And again, if you are inspired and curious to explore the opportunity of actually joining us in Master Your Path and everything that we talked about yesterday and today, and we'll talk about tomorrow, and so much more is actually given to you when you join the certification program. So you receive the guidance and the support and the tools to transform within yourself. You receive a ready-made program that is beautiful, that is simple, that is powerful, that you can then give your clients. So this actually gives the framework that we were talking about, you already have it, and you have it beautifully created and delivered, and it gives so much value for your offering when you have something like this that you can give to your clients. And as Katrina shared today, she now can take people through this, and she knows exactly what to do step by step. And she knows that as she will do this every time with every new client or every new group of clients, she will find more and more ways to do that in her unique way. So you can combine it with other things. Even if you're already a coach, and even if you're already working with clients, this framework and this ready-made program can serve you as an addition that you can combine with, or that you can use as a standalone. It's available for you in every language as well. So you have the framework, you have a beautiful product that you can offer to your clients and use. You have the support and guidance and tools to transform and upgrade within yourself. And you have the business strategies and how-tos and support and done for yous and all of the things that will help you fast track your business and scale it to whatever you want. We teach you there everything from scratch to everything that we are doing ourselves in Master Your Path. So all of these pieces together are in the certification program, and it's for life. When you join us, it's for life. You can stay as long as you want. There's no time limit on it. And of course, you can have one-on-one coaching, you can have technical support, you can have all kinds of things that will help you accelerate your process internally and externally. And it will serve you whether you're just starting out from scratch, or you already have a business, or you're already coaching and you want to take it to the next level. So if you feel the curiosity or the calling to explore this opportunity and see if this is for you, then again, I want to invite you to schedule a call for me. This call is for free. You'll receive a lot of value from it, and it will give you all the clarity and information that you need in order to make the best decision for yourself. So I'm really looking forward. We have some calls booked already, and I'm really looking forward to connect with you and support you on your journey to wherever it will take you. And I will share my screen now just to take you through this again here to give you some more information about this opportunity. So if you weren't here yesterday, or if you want to tap into this a bit more, then you can stick around. So again, as I said, you will use this program on 3 levels to transform yourself through the process with our guidance and support, to facilitate it with your clients, again, with our guidance and support on how to do that, and to build your business, again, with our guidance and support. So it will serve all these 3 levels, which really makes this certification program unique. I haven't seen, even when I've done a certification, I've done all kinds of certifications, and even when I've done a certification that actually gave me a ready-made program like this, it didn't give me anything to help me build a business. So having invested over 200,000 euros, I can tell you it was always 1, maximum 2 of those 3. It was either mentorship for myself, or business strategies, or in one or 2 occasions, it was like a program that I can take and use with my clients with some guidance for myself to grow into that. But it was never all 3 aspects together, never ever, and surely not in a unlimited time. So again, the HIM program, the Human Instrument Mastery Program, is a ready-made program that you can deliver immediately, and it's included here. You have it completely with full rights to sell it. It will save you years of creating something like this. It's your own membership site ready to go that people can log in and use, with comprehensive materials, with the 12 modules, videos, audios, meditations, worksheets, and all of that in any language. And as we said, there is the business club included in this as well. So this is where we help you Start and scale your business online with step-by-step guidance from us, with done-for-you templates, with AI tools that we give you or teach you how to use. You have weekly live calls. You have an incredible community where you can ask questions, be supported, connect with me, with the team, with everyone else, and of course, a whole membership site and a library with all the trainings and the recordings and the tools and the instructions. So you have everything you need to fast track your business. And as I shared yesterday, here are just a few of the examples of the kind of messages and posts in our community that we get every single day. People that have finally started their company, selling their first package. What would it mean for you if you're really just starting out, if you sell a coaching package for 1,500 euros? What would that feel like? Or what would it feel like to do a launch and sell for 30,000 euros your programs? Or what would it mean for you to have your first group of clients? Or what would it mean for you to receive these kind of messages yourself from your clients having experienced transformations? What would it mean for you to leave your job and work full-time for yourself, doing something that is meaningful and that you're passionate about, that you truly, truly want? What would it mean for you? This is what we're talking about, and this is what this is about. And you are really fully supported here. Now, the HIM program, it's important that you understand that it is a results-backed framework, okay? We have taken people through it, countless of people at this point, in our RISE program and now in the HIM program. And it has helped people, as I shared yesterday, get off wheelchairs after years of disability, relieve chronic pain after decades of suffering, manifesting the love of their lives, healing their marriage, becoming best-selling authors, rock stars, starting a business, finding their dream job, buying their vacation home, earning more while working less. It doesn't matter what it is that one wants. It is always the same process. When there's a desire and a decision, it's always the same process, and it always, always works. And it is scientifically founded on scientific principles of neuroscience, of energetics, of cognitive behavioral principles, and of course, timeless spiritual practices. And all of this will serve you ongoingly, and of course, your clients as well as a coach. These are the 12 steps of the process. We've gone through this yesterday. Maybe I can do it more quickly today. And again, this will be shared with you so you can look into this yourself. But what is important to understand here is that we are working on all levels. The understanding of the principles of the creative process and the human instrument, the goal setting and the action planning and the application and implementation, while working on a subconscious level to rewire the brain and the body and the field, while doing deep emotional healing work, while learning how to work with energetics, while upgrading your identity, breaking through addictions for fear and habits, and upgrading your relationship and perception around money so you can circulate and have and experience and share more of it. Really mastering reality and yourself in it, far beyond what you are maybe now programmed to perceive and believe, and really master yourself on your path as you live physical reality. And while as it is changing, and as you are experiencing contrast, you are grounded and anchored in your new identity and in what you know is true and who you truly are. And from that place, you can really step into a greater level of leadership and empower other people. So that's in a nutshell the process. And what I really want you to understand is that when you join us, you join a mission, okay? We are on a mission to change the world one person at a time. And so when you join us, you're building your own business, but you're not doing it alone. Okay, you are joining a mission. You are joining a global team of coaches that are all working together to create the impact that we are all so eager to create. So we are committed to your success, because this is not only because we love what we do and we love helping and we want you to succeed, but also because your success is our success. You being a successful coach means that more people are having access to this information and are becoming more aware and self-led and happy and healthy, which means that the people around them are more happy and healthy, and that the children that they raise are more happy and healthy. And your success is our success on our mission. So we are committed to supporting you in that for all those different reasons. So you receive all the support and resources that you need here with us. Guidance in how to facilitate the program with others, ongoing mentorship from me and the team, business growth strategies, one-on-one coaching, and ongoing access to all of this as long as you want to be part of this. And it really, I believe this program really answers the real need today, because we need more than ever to be part of a community and to be leaders of our own self. As uncertainty and instability and diversity and conflicts rise in the world more and more, we want to be anchored in real human connections, in real self-leadership, and have the keys to create transformation and freedom within ourselves. And as a coach, you want to stand out having a method that can really deliver results. So when people are seeking the community and the self-leadership and the freedom and transformation, they know that they can find those tools with you. So that's what we have created here with the Human Instrument Mastery Method, plus the business strategies for success. You can really fulfill that need for yourself and for those that you are here to serve. Okay, and this is what makes this certification so different. Again, it's not just a certification, it's not just business strategies, it's not just coaching. It's all of those things together. It's a complete ecosystem. You have all of those things together in one solution. The coaching and mentorship for yourself, the tool and done for you program that you take others through, and the business strategies to make your business successful. And it is a combination of the spiritual work and the business work. Yeah, that you want to, so you have the business that you want. And as we said yesterday and today already, to encourage you to really jump on this opportunity and not delay it and not succumb to a very, very common human pattern, which is to postpone and procrastinate and think that maybe tomorrow. Then you have until Monday to take a leap of faith and enjoy these really, really valuable bonuses. All right. So I want to encourage you to schedule a call. That's the only next step you need to take here, which is really a small, easy step to make. Schedule a call, meet with me, share with me where you are and where you want to be, and we will explore together if any of our programs can benefit and serve you, and if you are a good fit to any of those containers that we have and that we hold for people, because we really want to make sure that all the people there are the right people for that container, so everyone grow together. So the next step to see if this is the right for you and you are the right for us, then that step is to schedule a call. All right. So the link to do that is here in the chat. I want to encourage you to do so, and I want to encourage you to come again tomorrow to day 3. We will do a meditation together. We will talk about business foundations, and we will wrap up this incredible workshop. So this is just 2 out of 3 days. So there's a whole lot of good stuff waiting tomorrow. Make sure you're coming there. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to connecting with you again tomorrow and sharing with you more of what we've prepared for you. Enjoy the rest of your evening or your day. Bye, everybody.